All right, team, level up. So the ingredients for our hot honey Old Bay wings is Old Bay, restaurant pepper, garlic powder, smoked sea salt, avocado oil, honey, butter, and smoked paprika. All right, so let's get into it. First thing we're gonna do, guys, is clean our wings. We're gonna make sure we're gonna use some salt, a little bit of lemon juice, and some water. We wanna make sure we clean our wings because as you can see, guys, when you freeze them and then thaw them out, this is what you're left with. So make sure you clean your wings just to get all of that nasty, slimy feeling that comes from the chicken when it's just been left in the freezer and then you thaw it out for a bit. So you'll notice I'm gonna rinse it until it's clear and it looks just like this in this picture, guys. All right, guys, and I'm gonna just make sure I go through my chicken and make sure that I don't see any pieces of the feathers. And as you see, I see one right there. I'm just gonna make sure I pull that off. So I'm gonna go through each one and just make sure that they're cleaned properly. This is what I'm looking for. So in this next step, guys, let's go ahead and season this chicken up. So I'm going in with my favorite seasoning, smoked sea salt, followed by restaurant style black pepper. I find that works better than the powdered version. Then we're gonna go in with our garlic powder, guys. Make sure you coat that really well. And we're gonna also use, of course, the Old Bay seasoning. We're gonna use a generous amount of this, guys. We're gonna be using this throughout this recipe. It is hot honey Old Bay wings. So we're gonna mix these wings up very, very good. We wanna make sure we get them coated fully on every particular wing, guys. It needs to make sure, just make sure that you get it in there. And as you can see, I'm going in with a second coat of this Old Bay seasoning. And also I'm using a little bit of that smoked paprika. So I'm gonna do this roughly about 3 to 4 times. I like to see richness and color on my meat, so that's what I'm going for, guys. So in this step, I'm adding the honey. So I like using a generous amount of honey. You can go lighter on the honey. I'll link the ingredients below. And then I'm following that up with avocado oil. You can use olive oil, but I'll be using avocado oil. And as you see, guys, I'm just mixing these wings up thoroughly. And as you can see, they're getting that beautiful, rich color over those wings. This is exactly what we're looking for. And as you see, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of that avocado oil. I'm doing it little by little. I'll mix, add more seasoning, mix, add more seasoning, and marinate for 5 hours. So after that, guys, we took it out and this is what it looks like. So I'm starting off with some cornstarch. This is roughly about 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch that I'm using during this process. I did not measure it, but it was roughly about 1/4. So I'm looking to get the wings into that cake-like mixture. This cornstarch is going to create a nice crust on these wings. So similar to seasoning, I'm adding little by little on the cornstarch and I'm mixing. Mix these wings, mix them, add more cornstarch, and then I mix. I'm looking to see a cake-like consistency, cake-like batter. So and as you can see, guys, this is exactly what the wings are starting to look like. And then I see that I want to add a little bit more Old Bay powder. So as you notice, I'll go in with that again, guys, and I'm just going to coat these wings and mix them gently. All right, guys, and as you see, I'm going to go in with a little bit more of that Old Bay. So like I say, guys, I like to make sure my meat is seasoned pretty well. So as you notice, I went ahead and did that. Now I have a wire rack, guys, and I'm just going to coat all of these wings, or not coat them, but I'm just gonna put all of these wings on this wire rack. You'll notice I have the foil under it. This is just gonna prevent the pan from burning. So by having that sheet of foil under this. So at this point, guys, I'm just layering all of the wings out nice and neat. Also to let you guys know, this is a 4-pound bag of wings that I was using. So I went ahead and make sure I got all of my wings on this baking sheet. That was the idea at this point. Alright, guys, so these are going to go in the oven for roughly 50 minutes, 20 minutes per side, and then I'm going to broil them 5 minutes per side. So after the first 20 minutes, this is what they look like. You'll notice that I'm just going to go ahead and get some tongues, and I'm going to go ahead and flip each one. Guys, this is 400 degrees I'm cooking on, so as you can tell, it's pretty hot. I'm trying to work nicely and efficiently because I want to get these wings back in there. And for a question for you guys, do you guys like flats or drums? Leave a comment below. Let's discuss. Alright guys, so while that's going for the remainder 20 minutes, we're going to work on our honey Old Bay sauce. As you'll notice, I'm going to go in with a half a stick of butter, followed by a 1/4 cup of honey. Any type of honey works. And we're going to be cooking this on low. And I'm going to follow that up with roughly about a half a teaspoon of Old Bay powder. And then of course a few dashes of hot sauce. This is optional. If you want a little heat, add it. If not, that's fine. Also went in with a little bit of avocado oil as well. Feel free to use any oil that you want, or don't use any oil at all. So again, I'm working on this with low, which may be between 2 to 3 if you guys have numbers. If not, it'll probably just say low on the stove. Also, I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder. So at this point, guys, I'm just going to sauce these wings up. And I added a cornstarch mix to the sauce, so it's not going to be as watery as it shows right here. It's going to thicken up really, really nice. And just look at that, guys. This is exactly what we was looking for. Hot honey Old Bay wings. If you guys like this type of content, please like, share, subscribe. Remember, we turn common food into world class. And as always, let's level up. But again, guys, let's have that discussion. What type of wings do you like? What type are you? Do you like flats or do you like drums? I personally like both. This dish would also went well with some ranch. But leave a comment below. I look forward to the discussion.